This is what an average skyblock experience looks like. You start out by mining your tree, and after that, you start expanding your platform. But what comes after that? You start expanding even more, creating wooden tools. After creating a platform fitting for your size, good enough for you to not fall over, you start by expanding for another platform, which allows for mob spawns. And once it turns night, and the spawnable area is created, there will eventually be mobs spawning. And after killing some spiders and acquiring some string, you use that to get some wool. And the first most obvious thing you do is craft a bat. And even if you're a good enough player, you can probably survive the hordes of zombies that might be spawning. Or even avoid the skeletons shooting you off from the cliff. But there is one thing that's inevitable. That's certain death. At some point in your run, you just face the truth and you make a small mistake and you end up dying. But what does this mean? Like, in general, you just respawn, right? You get your items, you fix up the patch, and you go on with your world. What if there wasn't a respawn? But what if it wasn't only a Minecraft hardcore skyblock world, but also in ATM10? First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Slavtorius. I am 26 years old and I stream this whole playthrough on Twitch. My goal was it to have a long-lasting hardcore world, which is entirely built on my own. But having it be a fully vanilla skyblock felt like it would lack content. Which is why I came up with the idea to play it on ATM10 or Mods 10, which is what this acronym stands for. One of the most significant mods included in this pack would be Ultimine, which allows me to instantly mine the whole tree by just simply destroying one single log. It's a feature I will use a lot in the future. This mod pack consists out of around 300 plus mods, which synergize with each other to the best extent possible. It even comes with its own quest book, which is super helpful if you ever get stuck on how to do things. Finding out how everything works in this mod pack might be a bit overwhelming at first, but at the same time it gave me the nostalgia from the time when I first played Minecraft, and like learning everything I knew with every updated game. And it's definitely something that sparked my joy for gaming for sure. As I've already said, this playthrough is streamed live on Twitch, but I wanted to have the whole progress of building out my world documented. And I figured that I might just start a series with that. To get it to be a little bit more interesting than a simple one, I came up with the idea to narrate the whole thing. Since I'm just a newbie when it comes to streaming, I unfortunately have not set up excluding my streaming music from the VODs, which results in a lot of passages being muted, so I apologize in advance for that. So right now I'm basically just scouring through the quest book and claiming rewards. It's a key feature in this mod pack that helps a lot with progression. I won't go too much into detail when it comes to the quests and the rewards you get from them, since it's just way too much to cover. The rewards you get from those quests are mostly random. I will still be showing them so you will know how I acquired them. As of the regularity of uploads, I will try my best to squeeze out at least one episode a week, although I will update you if I'm not able to make it in time. And if any of you have questions, I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Ah, it's not even a grass block. That's kinda ass. In this moment I've noticed that the single dirt block that I get from this world sadly isn't a grass block, which I will get into why it's important later. I think that would be everything that I need to explain for now, so I am just going over the rules I've set myself for this run. Rule number one would obviously be no cheating in any form, whether would be giving myself items, altering the tick rate via commands, or anything alike. And the second rule would be that falling in the void will result in a failed run. In ATM10, you will actually not die in the void. You will just get teleported to a set height over your island, which is, in my opinion, too easy for a hacker wall. And the last rule for now would be that I will not make a single bit of progression in a world that is not streamed. At the time I am doing this voiceover, I am already on my 8th attempt, and there were 2 instances where I still progressed after having fallen off the map. It might be a little bit of a spoiler that those worlds are already failed, I guess, but it's granted that this project will take multiple fails in order to make it something bigger. I obviously won't comment on every single move I make, I will rather explain the tasks that I'm trying to do. As of right now, I'm obtaining several pebbles from right-clicking dirt. Those pebbles can be crafted into cobblestone, deep slate cobblestone, blackstone, andesite, granite, diorite, basalt, and I don't know if I missed anything. This will be our first way to obtain our stones. I also wanted to get a bit more variation in wood to build. Right now I'm crafting levers. Those are used to create so-called sophisticated storage chests. The mod Sophisticated Storage allows for colorful chests and the possibility to upgrade them. But that's not a huge difference, I guess. Oh well. I am also trying to find a way to get grass, and spoiler, it's not to water the dirt. I was not able to figure it out immediately as seen, even though it's easier than I initially thought. The progress shown may seem a little slow for now, but it is how I intend it to be. The first few episodes will start off slow. With later attempts, I will be making sure that the progress will be more sped up or cut entirely, depending on the importance. Right now I'm just pre-farming some wood, but I wanted to take this time to make you appreciate how good the polar lights look in this mod pack, man. Like, damn. As you can see, I crafted a crook. Its sole purpose is to get worms from destroying leaves. Those worms can then be placed on leaf blocks. The leaf will turn white and spread to other leaves, infecting them. Once destroying those white leaves with a crook, we can obtain string, a much needed resource as a starter. I am letting those worms spread while concentrating on making my starter island more comfortable and adding a path for a hostile mob spawner. In my first few attempts, the design of the island wasn't really an eye-catcher, but I promise you all, it gets better. As I was starting the build, I noticed that the leaves had been fully infected and were ready to harvest. So I stopped the building, got sidetracked immediately and made a furnace for torches, I get it. I have a low attention span, you will notice that sooner or later. I did remember to harvest the strings though. And with the newly acquired string, I crafted some string meshes, which is easier to understand what they are for once we use them. So, but I need a lot more. So, just let that shit get started again. I don't know, it might be good enough. After doing some quick math on how many more I need, I made my way up the tree to place more worms. Coming up shortly will be a little montage of building my mob spawner, I guess. As it's not very interesting and I don't really have that much to talk about. I will just speed those up, and if you don't want to watch them, I will add a skip counter. In the future, I will probably use those time frames in which I do like a sped up to answer questions or do something similar. Like I'm gonna figure something out. After killing my first zombie, I headed over to the furnace to grab the coal I was cooking up to make some torches, and after that I went back to building. And that's wrong. By the way, when tools in this modpack break, they aren't gone. You can easily repair them, which I didn't know at this point and decided to just toss them. I mean, this is all eventually getting replaced. Like that. If you're still here watching this, you're a real G, and I would like to take this opportunity to basically ask you what I should do in those passages. Like, there's multiple possibilities. I could either, like, just read off comments, or I don't know. Or I could even read some short stories or whatever. Like, do some ASMR shit, I don't know. But just let me know. Let me know in the comments, man. That should be fine. That's gonna be a wall. After taking a break from building, I wanted to harvest silk again, but while doing that, I made a small crucial mistake by having my ultimate set on tunnel instead of shapeless, which just destroys 64 blocks of the same type you're looking at. I accidentally got a few leaves to decay instead of harvesting them. Just a small mistake I wanted to point out. I also got myself a bed crafted to be able to skip nights and avoid phantoms. Expanding my platform by one row had two reasons. The first being that I want to have the platform symmetrical, even though it's not perfect in that attempt either. And the second being that I was paranoid placing my bed at the edge and fall out when I get out of bed. And by sleeping through the night, I want to end the episode on that note. Again, as a reminder, I stream those playthroughs on Twitch, but it's not only Minecraft I am playing. If you want to see me and probably my girlfriend play other games, then feel free to stop by and say hi.